Hello everyone. Today, we're going to explore how to measure time, distance, weight, and space around us. Let's discover how numbers help us describe our daily world. Time tells us when something happens, from sunrise to bedtime. We use hours, minutes, and seconds to measure time. Just like how we measure length in meters, we measure time in seconds, minutes, and hours. The shorthand shows hours and the longhand shows minutes. The moving hand is the seconds hand. In the picture, the time is 2:50 because the shorthand is pointing at 2, then the longer hand, which is the minute hand, is at 50-minute mark, which is 10 at hour mark. When the shorthand is at 4 and the long hand is at 12, it's 4 o'clock. When the long hand is at 6, it's 30 minutes, so 4:30. A digital clock uses numbers to show time. In the given picture, 2 o'clock means it is exactly 2. Another example, 7:15 means 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. AM and PM divide the 24-hour day into two 12-hour periods. AM stands for ante-meridium, before midday or before noon, and covers the time from midnight to noon, while PM stands for post-meridium, after midday or afternoon, and covers the time from noon to midnight. In the 24-hour clock, we continue counting past 12 noon. So 2 p.m. becomes 1400 and 9 p.m. becomes 2100. If we want to convert it back to 12-hour and it is past 12 noon, we just subtract 12 from the main time itself. To change from 12-hour to 24-hour, add 12 if it's p.m. To change from 24-hour to 12-hour, subtract 12 if it's greater than 12. Elapsed time means how long something lasted. From 5:45 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. is 5 hours and 30 minutes. Count hours first, then minutes. From 9:15 to 10:15 is 1 hour, plus 45 minutes more to reach 11 o'clock. Try these on your own. Count how many hours and minutes passed. For the first one, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Second, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Third, 2 hours and 20 minutes. We measure to find how long, how heavy, or how much space something takes. Length is measured in centimeters, meters, or kilometers depending on size and the object that we are going to measure. We can choose what is the appropriate dimensions to use. Given in this table is the conversion table of metric system in terms of length. For example, if I want to convert 1 kilometer to meters, then I multiply it by 10 times 10 times 10, which will result to 1000 meters. Another example, if I want to convert 100 meters to centimeters, then I will multiply it to 10 times 10, which is 100. So it will result to 10,000 centimeters. Mass tells how heavy something is. We use grams for light objects, kilograms for heavier ones. We use the appropriate dimensions and units depending on the object we're measuring. Milligrams, mg, in vitamins or medicines indicate the exact weight of the active pharmaceutical ingredient, API, the substance that produces the intended effect. Given the table of the metric system of mass. For example, if I want to convert 25 kilograms to grams, then we will multiply it by 1000 because there are 1000 grams in 1 kilogram, resulting to the answer of 25,000 grams. Capacity tells how much liquid fits in a container. We use milliliters for small amounts of liquids and liters for large amounts of liquids. Volume is how much space a 3D object takes up. We measure it in cubic centimeters or cubic meters. If the dimension of the cube is in meters, then our unit should be in cubic meter, and if it is in centimeter, then our units will be in cubic centimeter. We will further discuss volume in future videos. Here's the short summary table for the metric system units and simple dimensional analysis. Let's move forward to English units. In length, we commonly use this 4 dimensions given the inches, feet, yards, and miles. We use them accordingly to what object are we measuring. For example, if we are measuring a pencil, we use the most appropriate measurement we can use, and that is an inch. Same goes to the other examples. Given in this diagram is the conversion diagram of English units in length. For example, if we want to convert inch to feet, we divide the given value by 12. If we want to change mile to yard, we multiply it by 1760. If I have 3 yards of fabric and I want to convert it to feet, then 3 times 3, it will give a result of 9 feet. There are 5 measuring mass we commonly use in English units. First, is called an ounce. Used for small objects like cheese or pencil. Second, the most commonly used unit is the pound. Third, is the stone. The stone is primarily a unit of weight in the UK and Ireland, where a stone is equal to 14 pounds. Fourth, is the hundredweight. U measure bulk goods and heavy products like grains, steel, and cattle with hundredweight. The hundredweight, abbreviated as C, W, and T, is an older unit of measurement that is still used in specific industries and commodities trading. In the United States, 1 short hundredweight, CWT, is equal to 100 pounds. In the United Kingdom, 1 long hundredweight, CWT, is equal to 112 pounds. Lastly is the ton. Its exact value depends on the system being used. A US ton, short ton, is 2,000 pounds, while a British ton, long ton, is 2,240 pounds. The metric ton, is 1,000 kilograms, or about 2,204.6 pounds, and is the standard in most countries. We use them according to what purpose or what object are we going to measure. Since these three are the most commonly used. If the measurement says 2,000 pounds, it means that it is also 1 ton. If I have 2 pounds and want it in ounce, then 2 times 16, it will give me 32 ounces. For the cubic units, we have the 4 known units. 1. Cubic inch. The volume of a cube with sides of 1 inch. 2. Cubic foot. The volume of a cube with sides of 1 foot, equivalent to 1728 cubic inches. 3. Cubic yard. The volume of a cube with sides of 1 yard, equivalent to 27 cubic feet. 4. Acre foot. A unit often used for large volumes of water, equivalent to the volume of 1 acre with a depth of 1 foot. For liquid and dry units, we have 6 known units. 1. Gallon. A common unit for liquid volume. 2. Quart. 4 quarts equal 1 gallon. 3. Pint. 2 pints equal 1 quart. 4. Cup. A unit for measuring quantity, often used in cooking. 5. Fluid ounce. A smaller unit, with the US and UK fluid ounces having different values. 6. Teaspoon and tablespoon, common small volume units, especially for cooking. Given these tables and diagrams for the conversion of English system in volume. Given this table for your reference of conversion factors of length in metric to English units. Given this table for your reference of conversion factors of mass in metric to English units. Given this table for your reference of conversion factors of volume in metric to English units. Some basic examples for conversion of length, mass, and volume in metric units. 2 times 1,000 equals 2,000 milliliters, same as 8 glasses of water. Word problem practice. 1. A rope is 2.5 meters long. How many cm is that? 2. A car traveled 8 kilometers. How many meters? 3. 2,500 grams is how many kilograms? Always multiply or divide by 10, 100, or 1,000 depending on whether you move up or down the metric ladder. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. Area is the space inside it. To find perimeter of a square, add all sides or multiply one side by 4. To find perimeter of a rectangle, it is equal to 2 times the quantity of length plus width or 2 times length plus 2 times width. To find perimeter of a triangle, you can just add all the side measurements of it, and that is the answer already. Perimeter is the general term for the distance around any 2D shape, and then circumference is the specific name for the perimeter of a circle. The formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times the radius, or it can be pi times the diameter because 2 times the radius is the diameter. A radius is any straight line segment from its center to any point on its edge. A pi is a mathematical constant, approximately equal to 3.14159, that is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. Area equals length times width. We multiply, not add. In area of square, we multiply one side to itself. So basically, s times s or s squared. To find the area of a triangle, it is 1/2 times base times height. Just like in this example. To find the area of a parallelogram, we multiply the base times the height. To find the area of a trapezoid, we multiply 1/2 times the quantity of side A plus side B, multiplied its height. Just like in the example, A is 6 then B is 10. To find the area of a rhombus and kite, we multiply 1/2 times the first diagonal times the second diagonal or just 1/2 times D1 times D2. To find the area of a circle, we multiply pi times radius squared or pi times radius times radius. Given in the example, Radius is 7 cm. Then to find the area we multiply pi, which is a constant, times 7 squared, resulting to the answer of 153.86 cm squared or square centimeter. To find the area of ellipse, we have to multiply pi times a, which is also called the semi-major axis, and b, which is also called the semi-minor axis. Or just like in the formula, pi times r. Given this summary table, you can post the video for you to have a recap of what we learned about. Now you know how to read clocks, convert units, and measure space. Numbers help us understand and describe the world around us.